Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a fully loaded 50,000-pound semi-tractor and trailer. You've been driving 14 hours straight, and let's face it, that dotted white line is putting you to sleep. My name is Amy Jaranowski, and I'm a 20-year transportation industry veteran. In my career, I've managed a fleet running 26 regional routes. I've dispatched drivers and audited paper logbooks looking for HOS service violations. Today, in my time, I'll be discussing how the ELD, or Electronic Logbook Device mandate, is making our roads safer by eliminating HOS service record violations, keeping fatigued drivers off the road, and monitoring for risky driving habits. First, we'll discuss what the ELD is and what it's used for. The electronic logbook is a computerized device that replaces the driver's DOT-mandated paper logs. Now, instead of the driver keeping these paper records, the device is taking these notes for him. The FMCSA says that hours of service rules are designed to help eliminate in commercial motor vehicle drivers the types of drowsiness that cause crashes. I'll be discussing hours of service in just a second. In fleets today, though, the ELD is integrated directly into the truck's computer systems, allowing fleet managers like myself to receive real-time performance data. So now that we know what the ELD is, let's talk about some of the benefits. The first benefit is that electronic logbooks virtually eliminate hours of service violations. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration dictates that drivers can move 11 hours, but only after 10 hours of consecutive off-duty rest. If you recall at the beginning scenario, you had been driving 14 hours straight without a break. Had you been caught, you had been issued an HOS service violation. You had been put out of service and you would be levied a hefty fine. Unlike paper logs, ELDs are tamper-proof. The log data cannot be changed by the driver or the fleet manager. This feature prevents drivers from attempting to skirt HOS regulations and protects the driver from unethical fleet managers and dispatchers. The next benefit is that ELDs reduce the number of fatigued drivers on the road. The FMCSA reports that 13% of all large truck crashes are caused by fatigued drivers. Furthermore, in their 2017 observational study of the safety benefits of electronic logging devices, Hickman et al. Elaborated that fatigue has been shown to be a contributing factor in many large truck crashes. Long duty hours, irregular work schedules, and poor sleeping environments make fatigue a noteworthy concern in trucking operations. One way to limit fatigue driving is through prescriptive hours of service regulations. So to quickly recap, fatigued drivers are causing 13% of all large truck crashes. Those hours of service regulations are in place so that they get the rest they need to operate safely, and the ELD device is tracking those hours of service. But how do we know the ELD device will impact driver safety? Well, a group of Cantor, Corsi, and Grimm conducted a study in which they collected HOS violation and crash data from the FMCSA's databases. They modeled the potential impact of full ELD implementation. Their data set shows that HOS violations would be reduced by 12.4% and the crash rate would be affected by 15.6%. These are not insignificant numbers. The final benefit of ELD implementation is that the ELD monitors risky driving practices. Most ELD units today feature in-cab and external cameras, which can be triggered by sudden movements to record incident data. The driver's speed and mileage are also recorded, along with any hard acceleration, deceleration, or braking. Fleet managers can then use this data to develop training and incentive packages for drivers. These devices are also monitoring the truck systems themselves. They're looking for low oil, excess engine heat, and low coolant levels. This kind of information allows fleet managers to keep safe vehicles on the road and to schedule timely maintenance for vehicles when they need it. In conclusion, the electronic logbook devices are keeping our roadways safer by tracking the hours of service that keep fatigued drivers off the road. The additional capability to monitor driver performance helps managers increase driver safety through training while keeping safe vehicles in operation. So the next time that you and your family are traveling our nation's highways, you can rest assured that the commercial driver next to you has gotten the required rest to operate safely. Thank you for your time and have a safe trip home.